to all YouTube creators and channel viewers. I am Mary McKellar. Here is how you can get a free shout out for your channel on the next video. What you do is go to your main channel and click on Customize Channel. Then click on the Customize Settings, which is the top little gear. Next, go to Privacy and turn off the top setting, making your subscriptions visible. That way, when you subscribe to Riders for Christ, your subscription will show on our subscription list, and you will be displayed on future videos. Please, show some love for me, and subscribe today. It only takes a second. Plus, you will get noticed to all the world. And, please, ring the bell icon too. I will love you very much for doing so. It would mean the world to me. Truly and deeply. Thank you. Love. Always. Mary. The following program you are about to watch is being brought to you today by the Groovy Lady Biker Group, the Falling Rock Foundation, and the following YouTube subscribers. Like you, please subscribe to their YouTube channels if you haven't already, and smash the bell. Thank you for subscribing and supporting Riders for Christ YouTube channel. Truly and always.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel once again. I'm Chris Cromwell. Another video in the series of trying to work out my audio issues with this helmet. This is a brand new helmet, Scorpion, I think it's a T510 if I remember that correctly. And I've been having quite a few issues with different microphones with the different helmets I've been wearing. So I'm trying to still get that worked out, and I'm hoping with this ride today I might be able to get that solved, but only time will tell. So with the previous helmet that I had, it was the three-quarter full-face helmet. Just mostly a retractable windshield right down the front, and so that brought in quite a lot of wind noise and outside noise, all that stuff into the microphone from the bottom of that windshield of the helmet. So I started to wonder, in which that especially happened over 40-45 miles an hour, so I started to wonder if maybe I just had the wrong kind of helmet. So I got the Scorpion. Well, come to find out, all of that audio crackling, all audio popping above 40-45 miles an hour still was there. So I did try with the phone with the Bluetooth turned off, and that I thought that seemed to help a little bit, but I wanted to test it more, never really got the opportunity. So in the meanwhile, I thought, well, maybe it's just the microphone just being too sensitive. So today I got with this video, I got the Giant Squid Microphone, as some other motovloggers on YouTube suggested that when they've had the same issues, they switched on over to a Giant Squid microphone, and all the audio popping, audio crackling stuff all went away. And then also I had BB and Crow on YouTube. She's another up-and-coming motovlogger out of Georgia. She told me I should have the Bluetooth turned off. So right now at the moment with my phone, the Bluetooth is turned on. So I'm going to do a little bit of riding here at speed with the Bluetooth turned on, just to see if it really does interfere with the microphone itself. And then after a little bit of that, I'm going to turn the Bluetooth off and see what that does. And as you can maybe see with the flag there, it's a little bit of a windy day, so this will be another nice, good test of the chin curtain that I put a piece of cloth over, try to block out most of the wind. And with the extra large wind muff or windsock thing I put on the microphone, we'll see what that does. And if it takes care of most of it, which I hope it will, then that's great. But I also have also got the dead cat cover as well I can put on the microphone, and that should knock out a lot of the wind noise, or should block out a good majority of it. So I'm still trying out some things. I'm hoping with this video we're going to solve a lot of it and just kind of go on from there with other smaller adjustments. And when I bought the Scorpion helmet, it's supposed to be one of their more premier brand helmets. The reviews were mixed. It was between average and maybe loud for noise with most of the people that bought them. For me with this helmet, I can still hear the wind noise pretty well, but it doesn't bother me. I'm more concerned about the noise and the wind getting onto the microphone and making a crackle and pop. That's where I'm more concerned about. So it's the noise of the helmet itself, the wind noise against the helmet, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I can always put up a windshield here on the front of the bike. That will block out a lot of it. But wind noise for me isn't all that much of a big deal. It's more concerning about the wind and noise getting still up into the microphone. So I'm really hoping here I'm going to get that sorted out. And it's going to be the last nice day for quite a while. Starting tomorrow, which is going to be Friday, so I'm recording this. There's going to be a lot of, not a lot, but we're going to have a really big storm system move through. It's going to rain. It's going to rain a lot. It's going to rain, and it's going to bring an awful lot of cold temperatures with it. So this is going to be like the best chance I'm going to have, even though it's really windy and barely in the mid-60s, to do some riding in real quick, try and get some content recorded, hoping I can find a fix for these audio issues with this microphone. So as I mentioned, the microphone is still placed right on the chin curtain, kind of near the middle, where I don't have it actually touching anything of the helmet itself. So I'm going to pull off here. I'm going to pull off here and get my phone out, and I'm going to turn off the Bluetooth just to see what happens. And then I'll head on back around the other way and see how that does. And 'cause I would kind of like, if I'm able to, I would like to leave the Bluetooth on as it communicates with my watch. And I got one of those Garmin Vivo Active watches. So if I turn off the Bluetooth, chances are good I'm going to forget to turn it back on. Okay, so I got the Bluetooth turned off on the phone. We're going to head on back around the other way. And I could probably go for another long ride just to make sure. And if another thing I can do too is I can always turn off the phone. I could do that as well. Although I really don't want to do that either because I got tracking on my phone. And so my wife can see on her phone where I'm at. So if I'm ever in a problem or situation or issue, whatever, she'll know where I'm at. So turning off the cell phone is my last resort. I could turn off the Bluetooth if I remember to turn it on later. Going back the other way with the Bluetooth turned off, if I had the front vent open on the helmet with a little bit of air moving through it, I'm not sure if it's going to affect the sound any. But it's one of those little experimental things I want to try to see if there's any difference with it. I think the last time I tried that, it didn't make any difference, but you never know. So I just went ahead and got the little front vent closed back up again. I also have a top vent on my helmet. I can open that up for a bit and test that. The vent open for a while, I'll close the vent back up. So both vents on the helmet are closed. It is rather pretty windy, at least to me it is. So once if I can get this audio figured out and solved, especially on a windy day, I can do some more riding, especially at highway speed, as there are places around Kentucky I like to show you, which you can only get there with a highway, and you're not going to be able to see a whole lot if I have to keep fast forwarding through the video because the audio is all a mess. Let's see about, now what I'll do is I'll just keep on going around here. Here's Soka Road another time. Give this microphone a real good testing out. So I'm I'm hoping you're going to be able to hear me okay, despite the wind and engine noise. And if this works out and everything sounds good, I'm definitely going to be putting the link for the Giant Squid microphone on my in my description below. I never tried the Giant Squid microphone before. I thought at first I thought maybe I've heard or saw somewhere with a few videos before. Maybe it wasn't all that great, but I'm probably confusing that with the Purple Panda microphone, because some people said this Purple Panda was really bad, and as that crackled and popped quite a lot, so I don't think I want to try the Purple Panda real hard. But I'm only doing this, by the way, on just one camera today. I'm sure you noticed that I don't have the second camera here, because I just want to go for a nice little short ride and just test out this microphone and just see how the microphone's going to do. And if all goes well, then I'll go back to putting the camera there, and then it's also just a matter of waiting for yet another nice warm day where it's not going to be freezing cold, and I can start wearing some, get around to maybe buying a t-shirt from another YouTube motovlogger, putting that on video. I just haven't had the extra money for merch for a while. I've been spending quite a deal of money on microphones and new editing software, new helmet, and I got into doing a computer project too. So it's just been, the weather has just been too cold. It's just been too cold and rainy off and on for the last good several days to really do any good riding for long. There was one really nice day, got to be in the mid-70s. I wanted to do some riding, but at the time I was still waiting on the Giant Squid microphone to show up in the mail, so I thought, well, it's just the video is just going to be like before, where all crackly and popping, and so I didn't go for a ride that day. I just worked on other things. So it's not all that particularly great of a day today either. It's right about barely mid-60s, and with the wind blowing, it makes it cooler than that. And I generally only like to ride on nice, warm, sunny days. Hopefully we're going to have nice warmer days here pretty soon. I can do a lot more riding and more content recording. I can move on to improving my content. I got some ideas in mind to improve the content of my videos. I haven't completely worked all out the ideas yet, but I was kind of wanting to try to see if I can turn it into like a TV show kind of thing, kind of like a TV episode. There are some YouTube motovloggers out there that are really good at doing that. So I don't want to come across as boring, that's for sure. Don't want to come across as boring and have anyone tune away from my videos. So I need to try to think up of some really engaging, entertaining stuff that's going to keep you watching. As well, like any YouTube creator will tell you, it's all about the engagement and the watch times, and the longer that YouTube sees that you're watching the video, they're going to be pushing out there to more and more people. As like about any creator will tell you out here on YouTube, it's all about, I want to be a successful person. It's all about trying to do YouTube the right way. And that's what I want to do. I have another channel on YouTube that I opened up first back in 2007. It was right about March or April. It was March of 2007. I never did anything with it up until finally sometime in early spring or early summer of 2013. I finally got around to uploading some videos. And so might have been March. Well, might have been March, something like that. 2013 is when I started to upload my very first videos on YouTube. And now in 2020, I'm barely at the moment I'm recording this, 781 subscribers. So you figure from 2013 to 2020, that's an awful long time to get to where you can be monetized. It might be, I don't know, months, maybe another year before I'm finally going to be monetized. So I wanted to start a second channel. This is going to be like a motovlog channel where I want to encourage other new riders out there, especially new women riders. We definitely need a lot more women out here riding. I'm all for that. Kind of boring having a bunch of guys all the time. It would be nice to mix it all up with different women and such. So I'm all for having women take the training course, the safety course, get their own bike. It doesn't matter, it could be a Harley, it could be Honda, or whichever you're comfortable with, whichever that you want, as long as we're all out here riding. So I'd like to encourage everybody. I'd like to also encourage and support other motovloggers out here too with their channels. I want to wear their merch on camera, put their channel links, their channel merch in the description for any motovlogger that I want to support. And at the same time, I want to help and support everyone out there, as we're all going to be all in this together. But also too, my channel is Riders for Christ, where I want to ride with any other biker out here. I'm all for riding with anyone, no matter what the brand is. And also like to help spread the love of Jesus around too, without, making it a pressure kind of thing. That's not what God has taught us. Jesus told us to just simply spread his message, spread his love, spread what he did for us on the cross, not force the message on anyone. He didn't tell us, told us to not do that. Don't force the message, just merely share. And if they accept it, then super great. But if they don't, then that's okay. You just wash the sand off of your feet and move on to the next thing, and God will take care of the rest. He only asks us to spread his message and spread his love and his word. And that's what he asks for anyone. And the rewards of heaven would be substantial. So that's kind of where my channel is at as well. There's kind of several different things all going on. There's how-tos. I'm doing shout-outs. If any of you out there want to subscribe to my channel, make sure that your subscription settings on your channel or on your account is set to public. If you have your subscription settings on your account or in your channel set to public, I can see that you subscribe to my channel. It will show on my screen, and then what I do is I take a screenshot of that and I put it up on my next future video, where people will see your channel name and that they'll see your channel picture, and that they can go over to your channel and subscribe to that. So that's just how I do YouTube shout outs that way. So definitely, if you do subscribe and you like the videos that you're watching, then that's going to help out a big long way for YouTube to push my videos out there. A lot of other people can see that I'm giving out YouTube shout outs to different people who publicly subscribe. They can do the same thing and I'll give shout outs for them. So it's kind of almost like a win-win, just helping each other out and hoping that way that you might maybe do the same thing for me if you like to share my channel with others, and maybe someday if I ever get around to selling merch, maybe someday you might wear that on your videos as I'll wear yours as well. So definitely I'm not out here just to compete with anyone, just want to help out, help everybody best as I can, support each other, support everybody. Get to see an awful lot of Kentucky. You know, I might make another trip down here. Once I get my microphone issues sorted out, I'll go for another ride on down to Richmond, Kentucky. Maybe I can make that video without any audio issues. Also, a little bit of background about me is, first of all, I'm just not real used to putting myself out there on YouTube. I'm just generally a very shy, private person, and so for me it's difficult a lot of times to try to think of things to say and open up about, as I've been taught to just keep all of those things to myself and not say anything and keep it private, so nothing bad will happen. But then that won't make much of a video either. A little background about myself is that I was born in 1970 at the Vandenberg Air Force Base Hospital near Santa Barbara, California. And after just a few months of being there in California, my dad got a job offer back in New Hampshire, where my mom is from, so we all moved. I'll let this driver go. So I can understand, I'm a truck driver too. I was going to say here in a little bit that I've been a truck driver for 18 and a half years. I still have my CDL. So I can't really do anything anyway, high speed or reckless or anything else because of my CDL. I need to keep that as spotless as I can. But anyway, so we moved back to New Hampshire for a good 5 years. And then my dad got another job offer back in California once again, Northern California. So we moved back there in 1976. And we lived there all the way through till 1985, where my dad got a job transfer. Especially windy right here. Has to be a good test for this microphone. I'm hoping that the wind noise against the helmet isn't affecting the microphone too much. If it does, I can always put a dead cat cover on it. On the microphone, try it again. But anyway, my dad got a job transfer in 1985 in Colorado. So we moved to Colorado in 85, or not 80, yeah, 85 I should say. And lived there all the way till 2003, where my dad retired and we all decided to go ahead and move on out to here to Kentucky in May 2003. Pretty much been in Kentucky ever since then. And so met my wife here in Kentucky. Got married in 2012. Still married to her. She does not like motorcycles and is not happy that I have one. But I'm trying to slowly, ever so slowly, convince her that motorcycles may not be all that much of a bad thing. It could be the most woman power kind of thing she could ever do. So we'll see. Kind of working all on it. But as I mentioned in my other videos, I'm not new to motorcycles. When I was here in Kentucky, still living here in Kentucky in 2006, got around to buying my very, very first Harley, very first motorcycle ever, 2006, Sportster 1200 low. And what got me into motorcycling, it's always been there since I was a kid. And in the very, very early 80s, living in California, we had a family friend, and every once in a while they'd come on over for dinner with his Harley. He had a maybe a late 70s, or I think it was late 70s Harley, real big one, very loud. And I used to get a thrill going out there when he's going to leave and listen to him fire that thing up. I thought that was the coolest thing. Then in the early 2000s, driving a semi-truck, got to be watching these biker build-off programs like American Chopper and a lot of other these biker programs, biker build-off shows. And it kind of got me thinking about how much fun it would be to learn how to ride a bike. I don't know if I didn't know if I was ever going to get a chopper per se, but I thought, well, maybe at the very minimum I could get a Harley of some kind. So did a lot of research, saved up some money, special ordered a 2006 Sportster 1200 low for my Harley Davidson dealership. I took the rider's course and I aced it, so real happy with that. Didn't think I was going to ace it. I figured I was going to miss something somewhere. And but they told me I aced it, so I thought that was the coolest thing. So I got my motorcycle license. I had my Harley Sportster for 4.5 years before trading it in on a 2011, I should say, 2011 Camaro, a 2L TRS. And I really liked that Camaro, but kind of made me think I was flying in a 747 plane, but I just couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford the bike for too long, so eventually had to go on ahead and return that to the bank, and kind of wishing after that I had my Harley once again, but that was already long gone. I do know that my old Harley my 06 Sportster 1200 low is still here in Kentucky somewhere. I was able to do some searching around on the internet, on Google, and I found out that somebody does in fact still have my Harley Sportster here in Kentucky. And judging from the miles that it's on it, they hardly ride it much. I guess they keep it in the garage for most of the time, I don't know. But still pretty cool that my bike is still out here somewhere in Kentucky. I'm really hoping this audio is going to be alright. It is plenty windy, especially at 60 miles an hour, and I can kind of feel the little microphone kind of flopping around a little bit against the chin curtain. But I still got some other options. Maybe a combination of the cat cover and wind muff might help out. We'll just have to get home and see how the audio video turn out. But I do appreciate you being here with me. If you have any questions for me, just leave them down below in the description. Make a comment down below, I should say. Kind of hard for you to make any questions or comments in the description. But let me know how the audio sounds to you as well, and if you have any suggestions or ideas. I know other people want to know how this microphone's going to perform. They want to know because the microphone they have may not be working so well for them. So as a reminder, the Bluetooth is turned off in the phone. I don't think I'll need to actually turn the phone off completely, but if I absolutely have to, I could. So far, though, I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel and making the nice, kind comments. Thank you for the thumbs up so far and all of my videos. Really appreciate that. It does encourage me to keep doing better. It does encourage me to keep on trying harder and keep doing new things. And I may have mentioned this before in another video that if I knew then what I know now, I probably would have done a lot more research to figure out how to do some motor vlogging on my 06 Sportster 1200 low. If I was able to do that, say like in 2007, I probably still would have been maybe one of the very first motovloggers on YouTube back then. Although I may have thought about it back then, but I just never did it because I didn't know anything about motor vlogging. I didn't know anything about taking videos. I didn't know anything about how to edit a video. The computer I had probably would have been able to do a video editing software if there was one available back then. It probably would have handled it, maybe just barely. But the other thing too is that YouTube was just never really set up real well for those kinds of videos. I mean, YouTube is still pretty new and fresh on the scene back then. It didn't quite have the abilities that it has now. Also, let me know too if you like the music in my videos. I try to put in some music here and there to try to keep it from getting stale and boring. But if there's different places of Kentucky you like to see, just let me know down below in the comments. I'm kind of sort of limited because where I could go, because I only have barely a 3.5-gallon gas tank, and so I'm having to probably stop pretty frequently to keep filling up. But if I was able to somehow manage to get a 4.5-gallon tank on this bike, then that would really help out a lot. I could go quite a bit further and not have to worry quite so frequently about if I'm going to run out of gas or get low or where to fill up, that kind of thing. So if any of you are going to be down here in Kentucky, let me know somewhere if you can. I'm on Instagram as Riders for Christ 1. Also, I do have a Facebook page, Riders for Christ on Facebook, and I'm on Twitter. And I also have a Patreon page as well. And you'll see all those kinds of things at the end of my video. You'll see the little slide at the end of my video as to where my other socials are at. I may also have them elsewhere within my YouTube channel, within my descriptions and such or other. So this road that I'm on is called New Circle Road, and it really truly is an actual circle. As you notice, that I don't live too far away. As I mentioned in my previous video, I don't live too far away from the Harley Davidson dealership. So I can always head on over there sometime to easily to buy some accessory or a t-shirt, something like that. But right now at the moment I have more than enough t-shirts to last a while from the dealership. I'd much rather be wearing t-shirts from a lot of you motovloggers out there to help spread the word out there about your channel. And I'm looking to maybe do some more things on Instagram, like maybe some more live feeds. I'm just not real good on or proficient with Instagram, unfortunately. Instagram's kind of confusing to me. It's just there's just so many different things and they're not real easy to find. And so once I have some things kind of sort of figured out how to post and the different several ways of posting on Instagram, then I have to try to remember what I did the last time before. It gets to be a little difficult to try to remember. So I'm still trying to figure out Instagram. Looks like I've ridden 51 miles according to the trip odometer since I last got gas. I don't know if that's right. I mean, I wonder if I've just forgotten to reset the trip odometer the last time, but I very well may have forgotten. But just in case, I can always swing by the Walmart and top it off. I try to remember to catch other bikers heading the other way so I can remember to wave to them. I was really, really good before at waving at other bikers when I rode last time some 10, 11 years ago. So that's, like I mentioned earlier, it's one of the things I want to start doing once I kind of get stuff kind of sorted out. Things are kind of freed up a bit more, and things kind of worked out. I can start doing some more live streams with Instagram. That way I get to know more of you better, and hoping that I can get more of you to come on over and find my channel and be a public subscriber so I can get you a shout out. And by the way too, is when I give a video shout out to subscribers, I don't do it just once. It's gonna be like on every video. So some of you that have been getting shout outs before, you're gonna get a lot more of them if you are still on the subscription page. In the meantime, I'm going to top off with some gas down here at Walmart. But this video is really more about how this new microphone is going to work out at highway speed. There's another cool biker. Actually, I'm going to go in this lane, actually, I think. Take a little different way. Take it a little different way. I don't go down a lot of times. Trying to get more riding in today. Testing out this Giant Squid Microphone at different speeds. And I guess the other thing I could do is nothing else. If I'm still picking up an awful lot of crackling and popping at highway speeds, no matter what I do, you know, the only other solution there would be to, unfortunately, just not ride any faster than 40-45 miles an hour, which is gonna suck, and it's gonna limit quite a bit. But if I have to, I can do that. I'd rather not, though. Because I would like to show you lots of different places in Kentucky, and I can't really do that when I have to cut out large sections of otherwise very beautiful scenery. As you can tell, I'm sure from the sound, is I have the Vance & Hines pipes. I got the stage 1 upgrade with the computer. So I got the free-flowing air, it's the supercharger air cleaner with a K&N air filter in it. This bike will absolutely move if I really needed to, and it does respond and even sounds like my previous Harley did, and that's what I like about it so much. All this riding like this, it does relax me. That's why a lot of times I might tell my wife about going on a short little ride, maybe for just a quick little bit, when it turns out to be way longer than that. But it's an enjoyment. It relaxes me, gets my mind off of things. Pretty sweet running around on a Harley with the Vance and Hines pipes, showing everybody that I can. That's kind of the other reason why I just tend to stay out here and ride, so everybody can check out the extra loud Harley with the extra loud thumping of the exhaust. Crack open my wind visor to see if that makes any difference with anything. I am looking forward to later on this spring and summer when it's going to be finally, hopefully, much nicer and warmer out. Do some riding and catch up with some other bikers, or maybe go in the same direction I am. I definitely can keep up with the pack of bikers if I really need to, but I'd much rather just kind of try to stay at my own pace with the speed limit. And with my CDL, I just can't afford to race or anything like that's going to get me in a lot of trouble. Here's another biker right there. About where I like to go. This is going to be easy for me. But anyway, so I guess this concludes the test of the microphone. We'll see how it does. Go on from there with other videos. So I really appreciate you being here with me, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and I'll see you on the next one.